chairperson and doctors, ladies and gentlemen, good noon. I know it's already the lunch time, but I will make my presentation, although not so scientific, I will make it as short as possible. Actually, I'm going to present something empirically because it's been realized in my life during my past 20 years chanting practice. Chanting, maybe you will think of something like the meditation, but it differs. It's originally taught by Buddha Shakyamuni, but this way of life practice has been translated to mainland China and during the past 100 years to Taiwan and no more in India. And from Bodhidharma, who carried this practice to mainland China in Shaolin Shi. So now, a small group of practitioners in Taiwan, we have been practicing real chanting, and that's the Buddhist heart imprint, sealing, and heart-to-heart sealing. This kind of practicing allows us to keep us very healthy and happy, no disease, no sick, and most important is to find out the true diamond inside our heart, not in our brain or anywhere else. And actually, we all have the manual for the man-made things, the device, computer, and even the tiny things. But we don't have any user's manual for our brain or our body. So maybe we have never been able to correctly utilize our brain. And Buddha Shakyamuni is the one who knows how to explore the true diamond. So I will say the most advanced brain science have been published in more than 2,500 years ago, the Diamond Sutra. Okay, so I have been studying the Diamond Sutra because I know that the Diamond Sutra is not for study, it's for realization in our body, in our life system. And it's the first step to enter into the state of real chanting. So now I'm from National Chiao Tung University. There are 3 or 4 Chiao Tung universities in mainland China, but this Chiao Tung University is in Taiwan. And my background is not in medicine. My background is in electrical engineering, focusing on the brain signal analysis and the cardiorespiratory analysis for the state of chanting. Okay. Now, the current patriarch who can really teach the heart-to-heart imprint sealing, Buddhist heart imprint sealing, the current patriarch is Miao. Okay, first this study is one small project among a large number of the practice that we, after we realized that chanting really can help solving all the problems under the sun, on the earth. And we eagerly share with all the groups, including the drug problems. The drug problem, I think, is everywhere. So this is one of the cases that we have been doing during the past 10 years, but without any scientific or quantitative results. So during the past 10 years, and it's the first time that we try to do some survey by questionnaire from the drug inmates. So we have the scientific and quantitative data to present to you, but actually the most important purpose for my talk is to bring to all of you the new brain. What kind of new brain? Because to really realize, to implement Diamond Sutra, to find the real diamond in our heart, we need to reform our brain functioning. So this kind of brain function, as I mentioned, that it has been published more than 2,500 years ago in Diamond Sutra. But because no one feel the importance, so it's the most advanced brain science, neuroscience. Okay, and I have proved it scientifically and published something these years. So here, first, I will introduce to you what we had. Many of the practitioners in our group who can prove it, and some of it has been scientifically studied and published. Here we have 3 important points in our brain. The first, we call it the Chanxin Mailun. Mailun is I will say that it's a wheel center of all the meridian systems, and it's so the energy is connected to the true remedy, the true wisdom, the life power, infinite life power. Okay, but we have never thought of exploring the power, the mighty power in our brain. And these 3 Mailun actually is just the translation from Chinese Mailun. They act as, okay, the doorway to reform our bodily functioning from the time varying function into, converting it into a totally different functioning. For example, compassionate, peaceful, detached brain as described in Diamond Sutra. And also later I will show you that there is an area, we call it the memory storage of the karma during the past life. Okay, and maybe it's not so scientific, but we, if under the hypothesis that we accept the concept of past life, or maybe just from our childhood, we have some bad experiences, we call it karma memory. And drug problem actually is also a karma memory. That is, some of our brain cells is contaminated or poisoned, has been poisoned, and we call it karma memory. And this kind of practice, we can totally change the brain. Okay, and change of the time-space perception in my brain, because after we in harmony with nature as the very fundamental concept in Chinese medicine. Chinese medicine actually is only very small part of Chan. Chan is an infinite wisdom, and Chan is beyond Wuji, and Wuji, it's beyond Taiji. Taiji, there is yin and yang, the difference between yin and yang. But after we transcend the yin yang and becomes one, everything unification of heaven, man, and earth. It's this kind of tri-unification, tri-harmony state. Well, it's what we human beings, we should pursue, because it's the real hope of the earth. Later, I will mention about the 4 ingredients composing our body, and it also relates to all the disaster, the climate change, the disaster on Earth. So, and another thing is that we can prove, well, there is a natural endoscope here behind the center of eyebrow. After the chanting practice, we can make it as the optic endoscopy, and it can see, but not that kind of see by the eyeballs. It can see or perceive whether the organ is healthy or pathological inside. Just to see the color of light, okay, or our heart, or our liver, our stomach, spleen, and kidney. Okay, a healthy organ will have some kind of bright light. Okay, for example, the red light in our heart, and blue, purple in our kidney. Okay, and white color in our lung. In our nervous system, it can be a transducer to convert the formless, non-material light. It's not the electromagnetic light at all. And there we can find the true remedy. Convert the eternal energy to what we can use in our nervous system. So this kind of conversion can be done by our Chanxin Mailun. And of course, mostly the conversion can be realized because we are able to connect the cerebellum with the cerebrum, the cortex, through the corpora quadrigeminal, and we call it, actually it's a wisdom Mailun. We call it Zhihui Mailun. And this one, in Chinese medicine, it's the practice of a due or governing meridian system to run the connection. Okay, it's not the science fiction. It can be realized in our body. Yeah, everyone in chanting can already make it true, come to true. Now, the most important concept also mentioned in Heart Sutra. Heart Sutra tells us that the first thing is to break the cycle of 5 skandhas. Then we are able to disclose the blissful paradise and all the infinite wisdom. But how to break the cycle of 5 skandhas? 5 skandhas from form, we have the physical body, and then we have the sensory organ. We can sense all the stimulus outside, and then we have the thought, cognition, all the mental activities, and we may take action, or we have the volition, and all this will contaminate the consciousness. this way of the brain functioning, currently everyone uses it, but it's actually not a good way, because it will lead to aging and healthy and happy life, as mentioned in Heart Sutra. So in chanting, we can break the cycling of 5 skandhas. Now, I published in eChem this year. It's about our brain in the journey of reformation, and it's a proof from our brain wave electroencephalogram. Okay, the left side, now it's a top view. We recorded 30 channels, but here I only showed 11 channels. Now, with the complicated mathematics analysis based on chaos and nonlinear dynamical theory and the digital signal analysis, and we can analyze for a given source driven at a particular point, then how effective it can drive the other local neural networks in our brain. Here, we can tell that in chanting, okay, the left one is for the practitioner, and right one is for the normal healthy volunteer at rest. Okay, we can see that in the beginning session in chanting, practitioners would have very quiet activity in the posterior area and the rest, and mostly predominant from central sulcus to frontal polar and prefrontal area. And actually we know that it becomes every minute, every second for me, that this part from Bai Hui to Shenting. Now the central part is just like the magnet. It has very strong attracting power to connect the organs and all the meridian system to here. So I have never learned Chinese medicine before, but everything just discussed in Chinese medicine has been just automatically, naturally realized in my body, okay? And this is a normal volunteer, healthy volunteer. We can see that it's a normal conditions. And most,
3 minutes.
what?
You have 3 minutes.
Oh, excuse me. So we have, here is the mid-session. So the difference becomes more and more larger, the larger difference. Now, I don't have to spend time in drug problems, how seriously it becomes all over the world. And it also becomes a serious problem in Taiwan. So if we know that why the mechanism of chanting and the effectiveness of reforming the brain functioning by chanting, then for sure we will know how it can help the drug addict to really get rid of the drug problem, drug abuse or drug addiction. Because all this function it can be totally changed by chanting. And I will not, because I'm running out of time, so I will not go into the details. But here I will show you the result. Now, the beginning, we will teach them how to feel the resonance or the tune in, not by the mental focus. Okay, and it's the feeling of in harmony with. So through this practice, many of the inmate volunteer already can feel a clear, tranquil mind without any thought. And afterwards, we guide them through into chanting, and chanting, they have better results. And the overall improvement after 4 months practice, okay, we can tell that about 1/4 of them, they already can have the willpower to deal with the drug problem and to fully get rid of the drug. And some of them, they think that if continue practicing and they have the confidence of getting rid of the drug addiction. Okay? Now,
we are in time.
what?
We are in time.
Oh, okay. So, finally, I will show you 3, but I think it's very important because it's a preparation for realizing the Diamond Sutra and Heart Sutra. The Mailun here, after we activating 10 Mailuns in our body, as mentioned, preached by Buddha Shakyamuni, the macrocosm universe is actually, we can disclose it in our microcosm body. But how? We need to find the key, the most important key to entering into the infinite universe and eternal universe from the pinpoint, very small spot, or almost. So it's a kind of, you need to have a fully spiritual condensement of your energy. And by these 10 important Mailuns, and then we have the wing, or this is a governing, maybe in Chinese medicine we call it governing, but for me it's always circulate fluently, circulate efficiently. And the fire, and also the water through kidney, fire, energy pathway through the heart, and the wing through the spinal cord. And so in this way, after we reform our bodily structure, and we can gradually prove the true nature. So now the most important is true nature is inside our heart, but we have never focusing on our heart. Mostly we focus on our brain. For example, the anxiety problem, the depression problem actually is an obstacle of the heart, the qi pathway of the heart, instead of the brain. Because although I'm not a medical doctor, but I have been helping thousands of persons using my Chan practice. Okay, so I will skip this. This is something related to the chanting, how to transcend all the state in entering into chanting. But finally, I will say that as I mentioned, that our physical body is composed of earth, water, fire, wind. But now everything is out of orders. If we can make it in order, and finally back then, I'm sorry I have not find time to translate this Dharma into in English. Then we can prove the void, the infinite void, through the harmony of and the unification of heaven, body, and earth. Okay, here are some of my publications. And I even published a paper in International Journal of Cardiology with a high impact factor about the cardiorespiratory phase synchronization during the true chanting. And finally, I will say that the world will become more peaceful. It's from the current patriarch. And one day, paradise can be realized on earth if all of us can make it, the 4 ingredients inside our body becomes harmonic. Thank you.
You know how important I consider all these things, but we are very limited in time.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, I think.
thank you very much.
Yes.
What's the difference between Qigong and Qigong and yoga? What's the difference between?
Qigong is from when we practice chanting, and we in the beginning stage we'll feel the qi energy. So later, some followers they would like to activate the qi because it makes you feel very healthy and very good, very comfortable in our physical body. So some practitioners just forget the preaching of Buddha, Shakyamuni, and want to.
I saw no change, no difference between.
Big difference. Totally different.
Perhaps we must continue then.
Okay.
No. Continue.
Okay.
Because we are very limited.
And you may disconnect us.